Alright there, back again. So, I pressed stop recording instead of pause. What happened at the end of there was the warrant officer came up to the vehicle and went, right, we're all done here, we're on to the next one. So I bought my son an airsoft gun. He watched it on YouTube with me, and it says, he enjoy it. And he came once, and it was incredible. He came 3 times with me, 3 times. And the first time, I'm a big guy. I'm not a runner. If you've ever been airsoft, you'll have seen everybody, every stereotype. Big fat guy, doesn't run, hides behind trees. That's me. You'll get the really skinny guys who don't have many guns, maybe just pistols, and they run like lightning. And if there's like stuff to do in the game, grabbing stuff and bringing it back to your base, they're the ones that are doing it because they're just nuts. And then you'll get all sorts of people who want to dress up like real soldiers, that sort of thing. I've just got a camo shirt that I bought because all I had were a blue jumper, an old scruffy blue jumper I used to put on, and an old pair of trousers, that sort of stuff. I've not gone trying to dress like a toy soldier. What I have got though, and I'm glad I've got, and I've also got the same for my son, is good eye protection and face protection, because I've seen people getting shot and talking about damaged teeth and that sort of stuff. Eye protection is really important. I spent maybe 40 quid on eye protection, 50 quid on about 3-4 different pairs of eye protection. That was plastic. That's okay if you like that sort of thing. I've got itchy nose. Sometimes when you're recording, you find like, I just want to move. But anyway, so I spent that money on eye protection. Some people wear shooting goggles. If you go, you'll notice that marshals will wear glasses, not goggles. But you could always get shot from the side, and they'll just go straight under the glasses and hit you in the eye. So I prefer a goggle. But because I'm a big lad, and I get quite hot moving about, as I think, I'm going to hide behind trees, but after a bit, I'm there, I'm trying to sneak round, and I've accomplished some challenges, and I've got right up to enemy base, and they weren't knowing I was there, because I was bloody sneaky, for a big guy. But, the plants in the woodlands are quite high, or was at that time of year, when I were getting that. So the goggles steam up, so I prefer mesh. Now, when you first put the mesh on, it's like looking through this, it's bloody awful. But your eyes adjust to it really quick. Well, it's like this mesh you can see behind me, back of my van. But your eyes adjust to it so quickly, and I find it a lot better because you can feel the breeze, there's no fogging up, because it used to be where you're having to crack your glasses and try and clean with some tissue paper. So you could see. It's bloody terrible. One, it's dangerous because you're doing that, you could get shot. They'd have to stop the game just so you could do that. And 2, you're just shooting, you can't see people really. So he came the first time and he was incredible. My son did. I followed him and I thought, wow, he's charging in. He's charging up to enemy. And at that point, when I'd been playing a couple of weeks, I was hiding behind trees, hiding behind something, and just spraying BBs everywhere, thinking they'll hit something, maybe. and then it was great, and then I was like, right, well, if you're going, lad, I'm going. And the other 2 times I took him, it did what I used to do, hid behind targets, behind buildings, that sort of thing. And I asked him, and he said he doesn't like the loud bangs. Now, I've been to some places where the bangs are incredibly loud, because you do have smoke grenades and bang grenades as part of the game, and when he's got shot, and I can understand that, because some son of a bitch shot him in the face. Yes, you've gone to play airsoft, but when you're a child who has got eye protection on and face protection, you can buy helmets. I've got him one since he stopped playing. I bought him a few extra bits since he stopped going, just in case he wants to again. Someone shot him straight in the head. Now, to get a hit like that, it's a sniper. It's a sniper who will just shoot anybody, young kids and that. And you're just going to put people off at game, and you have done. So whatever twat shot my lad doing that, well, thank you very much, because now I don't play airsoft as much, because I feel like if he's not going, what's the point? I wanted to do something with my son, and you've ruined that, It is something that's talked about in airsoft, that don't be a dickhead to new players, because then they won't come again, and then eventually there'll be nobody at your site because not many people come. They might go somewhere else, or they might just not go at all. But anyway, that's enough for airsoft. I'm hoping I can join these videos together. If not, I'll have to upload them separately. What else have I been up to? I built another blacksmith forge, and I said, I'm building this one, I'm never going to sell this one. And I went to the Bushcraft show, met Connor the Viking blacksmith there. Top bloke, legend of a bloke, great blacksmith. And I come home and I forged a few things using gas. Now I've got a brazing torch, and what I did is I used the open flame, but I noticed I'm losing a lot of heat, obviously. I understand all this because I've built other forges and forged as well. So all I did was I got a baked bean can, smacked an hole in the side of it, put it on some bricks in my garage. I think I put loads of videos on Instagram, so it'll be on there if you follow me on there. Brazing torch inside, it kept the heat in there a little bit more. If I'd insulated it, it'd be fantastic. But the end of the nozzle of the brazing torch was starting to glow. It was that much heat. And I forged a couple of knives, a couple of flint strikers. One knife I'm really happy with. I've just got to make a leather sheath for it another day when I get some leather. And it made me think, well, if I can do little crafts with just this, I don't really want to go down that road. There's another reason as well why I'm selling the forge, and it's on Facebook. I think I put it up at 25 quid now, or something like that. Is I bought a motorbike after 7 years of not riding, because I had 2 near fatal accidents, both not my fault. I've been watching YouTube of some guys in China, and some other people, but mainly these guys in China, with their Honda 90s, motorcycle camping. It might be Thailand, it might be somewhere else. I'm just saying China because it's basically Asia. It's like proper Asia, jungle and everything. And I saw that and I thought, I fancy that. I miss motorcycle camping. I used to love it, strapping everything on bike, and I'm off at weekend for an adventure. And watching these on YouTube, and my wife walked in and she said, if you're going to have a little bike like that, you're going to have to make some room at back at garage. And I thought, green light. So a couple of weeks later, I started, itchy nose again, I started getting rid of a few bits. I'm like, we don't need this, we don't really need that. And then I was looking at more motorbike YouTube videos, and I've been to look at a few, and then I bought a helmet, I bought a jacket and gloves from the same shop. I found a motorbike on eBay in Wolverhampton, a Chinese one. It's called a Lexmoto ZSB 125, and it were up at only a year old, 1,000 miles on clock, up at 1,300 quid. And I said, look, I'm coming all these miles to pick it up. Well, you do hope, because obviously I'm not going to be travelling back down here for a warranty. If out happens to it, I'll be sorting it out back up north. So 1,200 quid. So knocked me 100 quid off, and it says he serviced it that night. I don't know whether they did, but very happy with it. I know it's rough around. It's not rough around the edges. It looks lovely. I've changed the handlebars on it because of my bad arm since my last crash. So I've put more like a motocross bar on there, so they're more straight. Because the other ones sort of like, if I can get both my hands in here, imagine like a cruiser bar. So it's shaped like that. Didn't feel comfortable. So I've got a straighter bar. So both my hands are now like this, but really far apart. And it feels comfortable to ride. The gear change on it is so smooth. that smooth that sometimes I think I've put it in another gear, and no, I'm still in a lower gear, so I'm revving along. No, but it's good fun. Things that, as well as the handlebars, I also changed the suspension. When I say changed it, I had to do something with it, because it was like riding a rocking horse. I'd not test rode the bike, I just bought it and then rode it 65 miles home for the first time riding anything in 7 years. Never stalled it, and I felt so good. It felt brilliant. Bear in mind, it's a 125, I'm 20 stone, 6'3". I'm not going very fast. I think I achieved about 60 miles an hour, but yeah, I love it. I love every time I go out. Now, since going back, I keep jumping from one to other. Going back, what I did with the forks, because they were so soft, is I got some handlebar steel that was given to me, that was the right size, and I cut, when I took the caps off the forks, there was a spacer about 40 millimeters to push the spring down. So I cut one at 100 millimeters, and I tried to push that down. Oh, good grief, it won't go. So at the end, I cut it down to 80. So it was twice what was in. And shoving it. I mean, there's only just a bit of a mark you can see there, cut on my hand, and these marks here are all red and bruised and bloody, and a bit on that one. But I'm mainly pushing that top nut down on top of a spanner to twist it to get it to bite, and then wind the top of the fork leg on the motorbike, and it's made a massive difference. I feel so much safer on it because the suspension's not rocking when you're braking and diving, and that it's fantastic. And since then, I bought some nice little motorcycle boots. Not a boot like I used to have, where you'd pull a big zip up and Velcro a flap over. These are like laced boots, so it's more of an ankle boot, but it has a Velcro strap as well. And I bought some motorcycle trousers, and now that I've got those, because they're different brands, the jackets and the trousers, they don't zip together, because the matching brand trousers I didn't like. They just felt crap. And you couldn't put a belt around them, that or another thing. So when you're walking about, if you've gone to somewhere for like Matlock or something, Matlock Bath, and you're walking around for a couple of hours, they'll be shuffling around my ankles. So yeah, with all the gear, all the safety gear on now, I do feel a lot better riding. I'm not invincible, I know that. I've been through 2 accidents, but I feel better. So that's what I look forward to doing now. And getting out, going to a couple of local meets. I'm not going to be doing wet weather riding, I've told myself, and I says I won't go out at night time because I don't think the headlight's very good. A couple of the other bikes that I looked at, you could get additional lighting for, like you bolt 2 with all the LED and technology now, you can bolt 2 LED lights either side to increase your full beam. So on a dark lane, you can proper blast it and light it up. I did look at something like that for this bike, but I'm not sure. Because the lights that I've seen wouldn't fit. But I did watch a video last night of a little Honda CT125, which is a motorbike they're not going to bring to this country, mainstream, but you can import it. But you pay about £1,500 extra than what you would like for the people who buy them in Thailand, or if they'd actually Honda brought them here. And that had some LED extra lights bolted on, and they were bolted through the side of the main headlight. And once I saw that, I thought, oh yeah, maybe I could get some that'd work on my bike, and then I could really light the road up to ride at night. But yeah, so that's what I'm doing. I've pulled in a lay-by. I'm having some snap. Well, I've had my snap. I'm down at Coventry at the minute, so I'm going to head back up north. I've got the GoPro. It's lived in that flaming box on top of cupboard for about a year now, and I keep thinking I'll get it out, I'll have a play. Still got nothing to edit on. This is the tablet that I tried to edit on, so I'm hopefully going to try and squash these 2 videos together on the tablet. If not, I'll upload them separately. But yeah, I had thought about getting a camera for this motorbike for my helmet, either a special motorbike one or trying to fasten the GoPro on somehow, so that I am using it, because I spent a lot of money on it, And also, if some idiot pulls out on me like they did on the first accident, or even to record the second accident, I think it'd be a bit shocking watching it though. I've got proof. I've got proof of what happened that he didn't indicate on the first one, and he slammed into me and such like that. The second one was a deer ran out in front of me when I was doing 60 miles an hour. And I think to watch that back would be, make me feel a bit funny. So when I first got into a vehicle after the second crash, big lorries that's whizzing by me now, I felt very nervous around them. I'm not sure whether I did a video explaining about what happened on the crash and the injuries that I had. But yeah, there was a lorry almost involved. In fact, a foreign lorry driver. I could probably say I owe him my life, because I laid on that road knowing that this arm was buggered, my left arm. I thought my left leg was broken because it didn't feel right. It was dislocated. And there was a lot of blood coming out these two limbs. I could feel it pumping out and running down the inside of my motorcycle clothing. And if they always say when you've had an injury like that, you've got to keep still, because I could have damaged something bad on my spine. I could have broke my neck and then made it worse. But when you're laying on white line of a road at 4:30 in the morning and it's dark and you're looking upwards like that, and you see two headlights of an Arctic lorry coming towards you, all I could do was pick this arm up, wave at him, making more blood pump out my arm. But luckily he saw me and he didn't run over me, because I'd have been stuffed then. I mean, first one he came at me twice. I could have been dead then. And he grabbed my shoulders. I was 14 stone then though, a lot lighter, and he couldn't pull me to the side of the road. So with my bad leg that was bleeding out, I pushed my son. He's literally dragged me across that, but with my bad leg I was pushing my son along the floor, and he got me to the side of the road. And next lorry went whoosh. I could have been under that one. If he hadn't dragged me, I'd have been under that one. With speed it came. But it weren't my time, and I think I want to live life. I don't want to get teary talking about it, but I want to live my life. Motorcycling is dangerous. Everything's dangerous. Driving this van's dangerous. I've seen pictures of where a van was absolutely pancaked between two lorries. The lorry had stopped, the van had come up to him, and another lorry killed him. People dying all the time. My wife told me about a 26-year-old work colleague who died of cancer. A girl died at my daughter's school. So I think, well, maybe this is my midlife crisis, and I think, well, I'm going to enjoy life. I plan to get my first tattoo. So I'm going to try and do all the things that I wanted to do when I was a kid. The dreams that you have, and enjoy life, because you don't know how long you've got. We could go any day, and we never know. So instead of waiting till I'm older and do the things I want to do, I'm going to try and work hard and do them sooner. Take care, everybody, and I'll see you again for a less emotional video. Bye.